Hello everyone, this is JPO and I'm back for another thought topic. And today's thought topic is Marvel versus DC, and which one do I think is better? Well, based off my shirt, you can probably find out that I'm for DC all the way. And honestly, I think that DC is just a much better thing than Marvel. And what I mean is movies and TV shows, likewise, you know? Well, yes, Marvel is much more popular in the movie series, and much more, successful. Well, DC has been struggling, but I personally love the DC movies more than the Marvel movies, honestly. For me, DC is just something that I like more. It's something that I've always been familiar with. And because I've always been familiar with, as a kid growing up, DC and Batman and Superman and the Joker and all those characters, I knew all those characters, and seeing them all together being relived in TV shows and movies, because I already know those characters, I just would instantly love those things. While Marvel, I'm only familiar with Spider-Man and the Hulk. And all those other characters, I don't have emotional connection to those characters because I've never seen them before in my childhood, and so that's why for me DC is better than Marvel. Marvel, I will give props to them because they have quite a good universe they have going. And I'm just kind of not liking that series, though. Don't get me wrong. I think it's well done. I like it because they're new characters. Those are characters that I've never seen before, and I'm all for learning new things, but I feel like I don't know those characters, and when I watch them all in order, they just kind of feel like the same thing over and over again. And the only one to me that stands out would be Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's the only successful movie of the whole series that I've personally enjoyed. Everything else was okay or just kind of good. Nothing bad. Captain America Civil War, the newest one, I have my own issues with it. Which you can find the podcast and I'll tell you exactly. You just watch the Civil War podcast. Go ahead. Also, another reason why I like DC more than Marvel is just that DC films are just much better. They're much more artistic. They're much more realistically dark than Marvel. Batman v Superman, that was really dark. We've never really seen a murderous Batman like that. Well, Michael Keaton and other interpretations of the Batman before, but really, it's not something that's common. And DC, they're not afraid to kill off their heroes and villains. Well, Marvel, none of their heroes have died. The only one who has died is Quicksilver, and he's not even a superhero. He's a villain from that series to Stanport. And they kill off all their villains. DC, they have much better villains because, one, they had great development in them, and they are still alive by the end of the movie. While Marvel, they kill off the villains in the end, and really the villain's motivation just seems kind of cartoonish and comic-y. There's really no motivation for them in the end. And that's basically my reasoning. Like, my favorite DC movies would be Batman v Superman, Watchmen, the Dark Knight trilogy, anything Batman, and those have a dark, realistic thing to them. Although Watchmen, you could argue, but it is a fantastic movie. Don't say otherwise. Like, if you watch the theatrical version, I can understand what you're talking about, although I enjoyed it. You need to watch the Ultimate Edition for the director's vision. If you don't like it then you don't have the same style as I do. I'm in the minority in most people's life, in their opinions. I'm basically the only one in my friend group who does not like Civil War. And so, yeah. So Marvel and DC, they both have their pluses and pros and cons. But for me, DC has more pros than cons in my heart. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.